It's Duff for the Clout Chaser TV. Gang.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You are lighter. And in the African culture and in a lot of Caribbean cultures, when you're darker, you are frowned upon. Right. So then you come here and then like you hear like it's really a featureism thing. It's your skin color, and then it's like, damn, it's like you're always being called ugly, and then it's you're dark, ugly, and aggressive. Like it just becomes it takes on a whole other life. Yeah. So you know,
I don't want to discount how real that is as an issue, not just for you but for other people, by defending what my intent was. My intent, see, where I first got hit was I didn't watch the season of Basketball Wives before I interviewed Evelyn. I knew Evelyn. So when Evelyn came in, I was like, I know Evelyn ain't a colorist, blah, 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 without having watched the show. So they drugged the fuck out of me for perceivably defending Evelyn without having done my research. So I will own that. I didn't watch the season. I don't watch Basketball Wives. I'm not in basketball and I don't have a wife. So it's just not something I'm into. But I did go back after having watched the show, but like, okay, I can see where this narrative is being described because of real life shit that Black women are going through. And it took my co-host Blue to help me see that while you may understand Evelyn and know Evelyn, and you may think that OG's not pretty to you, when you put all that together, it's easy to conflate to colorism. And so I had to take a step out of the emotion of defending my intent to like understand the bigger conversation. But again, evolving, growing, learning how to be deeper connected to my audience. I was like, okay, I have to start thinking with them, not thinking for them, but thinking with them and still maintaining my own opinion, but being very clear of, what my intent is behind the conversation. And sometimes people still aren't going to get it. People are still going to have their opinions and whatever.
I do have a question, right? Because sure. I was looking at what you had said about Karen, like hacking into your Instagram account, or allegedly. I don't know how that works, right?
Well, it's not allegedly, but that's the thing. See, now you're trying to control the narrative when you heard her say she did it. So now we're going to change it up.
Hold on, wait, Jason. I was not there, right? Okay. I was there for the full story, so I didn't hear that part. I'm just going by what she said in my room, and based off of, so if you said, like, I can only say alleged because I wasn't there, and I didn't hear no recordings, I didn't hear anything. So I also want to say, like, alleged, right? But like then, like, I got sent some information that you bragged about getting Ra Ali's account suspended. So I'm just like, I'm confused or taken down. Like, sure.
Yeah, not a problem. I can explain that. I want to explain the Megan Stallion thing too, because that's an interesting one. Okay, so Ra Ali's Instagram. So Ra Ali's on-site Instagram got verified. I'm a partner at Instagram and Facebook. I have a media portal and I work with their team on helping people get verified who should be verified, and then challenging verifications when I feel like there's a questionable verification. There were stories repeatedly being written on that site that were not credible. They were make-believe. They were not true. Allegedly, I'll throw it out there for legal purposes. And so I questioned the verification. My understanding was the verification and the page was removed. I didn't ask for the page removed. I questioned the verification. I don't know why they removed the page. I didn't request that the page be removed. None of that. I just questioned the verification. Ra Ali then changed the site from the page that went down to her personal page. Now, terms and conditions are out there in every social media platform. When you sign up for them, none of us read them, but they're there. If you have an Instagram page for your business, if your business is called Honeyphone and Honeyphone gets deleted, guess what? You can't create another Honeyphone Instagram. That's a violation of the terms and conditions, right? So when she moved the on-site to Ra Ali, they saw that. And I said, wait a minute. I thought you guys took on-site down. I didn't know she moved it to her personal page because I don't follow her anymore.
Wait, hold on, Jason, just to clarify. So What happened was the on-site Instagram that you questioned the verification.
Correct.
Didn't request the page to go down, but you requested the verification. But instead, the verification and the page came down. And what Ra Ali did was change her personal verified Instagram to on site. Is that what happened?
Correct. And then that violated the terms and conditions of Instagram. So that became an issue between them and Instagram. Whatever reason happened, I think they fixed it or somehow she got her page back. Or so I don't know. I think she got her page back or whatever. But that was that. So in a rant on my show about all the other shit that I was addressing, because that's what I do if you watch any of my shows, I rant. I threw that out there. Now, why I threw it out there? All those shoes will drop when they drop, because a lot of what I do is I do gaslight people with my content if I want them to do something in response so I can throw another story out. That's just been my strategy from the beginning. So sometimes I do gaslight with my stories and my reporting, and I know that it gets the internet talking, but that is what I do. That I get the internet talking. So with that situation, I would say, it's always been this thing where, let me go back to where the whole question came about. So I get a story that Ra Ali allegedly has a side nigga who was putting her on blast for cheating on her husband. So when he reached out when somebody told me about that, I reached out to him because she had got his Instagram taken down when he was trying to out her affair with him. So I said to him, I'm gonna get your Instagram back. But if I get your Instagram back, you got to give me an interview. He says, deal. Boom. I get his Instagram back. And that's when I started looking into her shit. And I saw that the on-site page was verified. And I asked the question, like, wait, how did this page get verified? Because you got these stories that aren't true. Then you got this hacking done over here. And that's when the people started paying attention to what was happening on her account. So that was how that went down. I don't know what else to talk about that, because that was just like, it is what it is situation. Now, yeah, she's a black woman. Okay,
well, can we just say that maybe Karen Civil was like gaslighting too? Because
yeah, maybe she was. But the difference is, I didn't pay a 17-year-old hopeful kid in the hood with promises that I would help him make it out of his situation and giving him half the money to go and hack it. I followed the rules that we all have to apply, that we have to use when we use these social media apps. It's not my fault you don't know the rules. We played the same game, but I play by the rules. You are not playing by the rules. So what you did was, in order for you to stop me from writing how you were allegedly stealing money, you paid somebody to try to hack me. I didn't violate no rules by reporting on the law. I have amendment rights. Hold on, let me finish. I have amendment rights under the Constitution for the media to do my job. I'm protected by certain statutes to do my job. All of my information and what I use is fair use. So if somebody doesn't like a story about them, you can't illegally take the platform down. You have to follow the rules. That's why I'm back online. You know what I mean? So it's a difference, but nobody's going to hold her accountable. We're just going to keep making excuses for her, and we're going to keep moving, right?
No, not at all. I just kind of want to say, so you don't know that, like, when you question verification, that puts the account in jeopardy? You didn't know that?
Okay, so there's 100 media portals, or 1,000 or 100. I can't remember the number. I think it's 1,000, maybe 1,000 in the whole world of people who have access to work with Instagram for these purposes. I have one of those. That's a unique responsibility that a lot of people don't have. And the reason why I'm trusted with that is because when I went through my process of restoring my page the legal way, I then built a relationship and trust with Facebook and Instagram so I can help people in the culture to get verified and to get their pages fixed and protected when they have people illegally do what she did to me. So the difference between you going in saying, hey, Instagram, blah, 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 that's not your job. As a partner at Facebook and Instagram who's helping people in the culture, that is my responsibility. So whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't matter, because that's what it is. So I'm just explaining it to you, not that I have to, but just so you have a better understanding. Can I talk about Megan Thee Stallion real quick? Because I really want to talk about that one.
Go ahead, Jason.
No, just because it's so much. I just want to get through it. And then we can get to Ariana Grande. We can get to Chris Brown. We can get to Lil Nas X, whoever y'all want to talk about. Because Shaq, I mean, I've been into it with everybody. So it's not like whatever you're paying attention to is this narrative. I just want to get through that. Megan Thee Stallion. I'm backstage at the VMAs. I see Megan Thee Stallion. Megan had just did a song with Nicki. Soon as I walk in the room, the door opens. She gags like she thinks that I'm mad at. She thinks I don't like her. I walked up to her. I said, I love you. I think you're talented. I'm a fan. She said, oh, I thought you didn't like me. I said, why would I not like you? I don't know you. I was with Bobby Lights. She was sitting next to Tommy from Love and Hip Hop. I said, why would I not like you? I don't know you. She was like, because I did the song. I said, listen. She was like, you're friends with Cardi. I said, look, I don't give a fuck about what they got going on. That's between them. I FaceTime Cardi, put them on the phone together. She walks away. Her and Cardi talk. They clear up whatever they thought maybe there was some things going on. They talked. Boom. I put them in a text message together, connected them. Later, they went on to do WAP. Great. Amazing. Cool. My issue with Megan the issues that I still have, even though she just shouted us out and we've, whatever, things seem to be cool or getting better, was I had been on a whole campaign about how white media doesn't respect black journalists. I've been on a whole campaign about how white companies don't support black media on the red carpet. And then right when she hit that, her album dropped and it wasn't, her sales weren't good. I said, I reached out to her, I texted her, I said, hey, Meg, come over to Hollywood Unlocked. Let's talk. Let's help promote your shit. Like, I want to be, So she's, yeah, friend. She texts me, yeah, friend. We on the phone. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Now, mind you, I just connected with Cardi. Mind you, just did WAP. So I'm thinking, shit, it makes sense. Okay. She didn't come on the show. The album does like 44,000 in sales first week. I make a joke out of it. And I said to her, the reason why your album flopped is because you was too busy cooking it up on the cover of Marie Claire for the white people instead of coming over here where the culture lives. You black celebrities need to stop making it and forgetting about the people that talked about you and put you on before you made it. And also, don't forget, when you thought Cardi didn't like you, I was the nigga that put you on the phone with her. So I had to remind her that, right? Everybody said, oh, look, he's attacking a black woman. Oh, Jason. Then she did it to Charlamagne and everybody said, what? She did that to the Breakfast Club? I've been waking it up. The same shit. It has nothing to do with her race. I talk about people in the culture who happen to be black. Most of the people that we talk about on Hollywood Unlocked, if you go and look, because they're the people with all the clout, are women. You ain't talking about no nigga, really, unless they're a superstar or they're dating a woman. That is our business. So it had nothing to do with her being a woman or being a black woman. It had all to do with her playing into the narrative that a lot of black celebrities forget about the cultural platforms when they perceivably make it.
Okay, Jason, I bear witness to that, and I agree with you 100% because I'm also a journalist. I write for the source, and I go through the same exact thing. But here's what I've noticed to where I try not to take it personal because I have literally seen this at shows and been backstage and be waiting for my interview, and I would see literally black artists, white PR or white manager look
walk
at
right by you.
Go this way.
Yeah.
So do you have any impression that maybe Megan's management or PR kind of steered her away from doing the interview with you and the Breakfast Club? Do you think that's
you know what? Thank you for asking it. Yes. But here's where you got to go back and you got to get on the celebrity though, because you hired that publicist. If I've ever had a publicist, I'm the fucking boss. You don't tell me what the fuck I do. Tiffany Haddish been on my show, 4 times, 5 times. She supports me online. Anything I want to do. She has a white publicist, but guess what? She believes in supporting black entrepreneurs. She believes in supporting black people. Same way Halle Berry stopped for that girl on the red carpet. There are people in the culture that believe in it, and there are other people that allow these celebrities, that allow these people to just walk by. I'll give you another one. Lena Waithe. I love Lena. I just saw her the other day at Evan Ross's house for his birthday. Love her, respect her. I would never talk bad about her. She and I email all the time. Yo, come on the show. Come on. Oh yeah. So here my publicist. But then her publicist gets on. Nah, she can't do that show. Nope. That show's a little. Nope. You guys ask too many questions. No. And you know what? What do? Do I attack the publicist? Y'all don't know who her publicity firm is, but you know who she is. And if she keeps hearing it enough, she gonna tell her publicist, I don't want to hear it, or she'll just ignore it. But either way, that narrative will start to paint. And then when it happens to a Charlamagne, or when it happens to an Ebro, or when it happens to a Big Boy, or when it happens to somebody else of color, they call it out. You may not listen to me, and you may not believe in me, or may not want to hear what I'm saying, but you're gonna hear it enough times. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. Sort of like what's happening with Karen. It's happening repeatedly. Me and Joyner Lucas, who I don't even know, me and Meek Mill, all of us are colluding to take Karen down because she's a black woman. Come on, for real? Nah.
I mean, with that, would you say that, especially because you were on Megan, that, you compared it to the situation with, Tiffany, your relationship with Tiffany Haddish, and then you mentioned Halle Berry, and those two are like seasoned celebrities. Like, Tiffany Haddish has been in the game for a long time. People don't know. And we all know Halle Berry, she's been in her prime time since the 90s. Megan just got here, technically.
Right.
So do you think it could be a case of inexperience and Megan just trying to really get her feet cemented into, her mainstream celebrity before she can have the leeway to say yes or no to a publicist?
Well, let me ask you this question. Working for The Source, legendary hip hop platform. Do you not remember the first major celebrity that respected you on the carpet?
I do.
You don't You don't forget shit when you first start, just like you don't forget shit when you make it. It's a choice when they walk that carpet to say, hold on, I'm going to give you an example. When we got to, Tiffany took me to the Secret Life of Pets 2 premiere. She introduced me to that, the nigga who played Indiana Jones. I forgot his name. Him, all these major ass A-list celebrities. But you know what she did? Before she started the press line, you know how where do they put the black press? Always.
Yeah.
Where they put us? Where they put us at the end, right?
Right behind Associated Press.
You know what she did? She passed the entire press line, Entertainment Tonight. Tiffany, she passed the entire press line and started with the black reporters. She didn't have to say nothing. Her doing that sent a message to that whole production carpet, everything. So what I'm saying is, whether you A-list or you just started, your intentions when you hit that carpet, you have to know your intentions when you hit that carpet isn't just to get pressed. It's also to make sure that the people who got up, got dressed, got there, filled up their tank, got there, fought to get at the end for the little square, they deserve the same amount of time you're going to give Entertainment Tonight, because guess what? The source is going to talk about Meek Mill every single day, whereas Entertainment Tonight is going to only talk about him when he get arrested or when he's fighting a problem with a female or something. But they don't think like that. So you know what I do? I keep reminding them by talking shit about him. Keep talking shit about him, period. So I'm going to keep it in their face, and I'm not going to stop.
That's an interesting strategy, Jason. But sometimes I really think it's when the artist, and I'm not saying Megan is thirsty. I love Megan Thee Stallion, and she's an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. But I think it's a matter of when it's like a new artist and they finally get that spotlight, that they are very adamant about following, the blueprint, following the blueprint. And it's like, okay, I'll see you in 5 years when it dwindles down, and But
I got a problem with that, because why are we not a part of the blueprint? Why?
Right, that's the problem.
We're the foundation. My relationship with Kevin Hart was built out of me attacking him for shit he was saying on the black blogs, and I went after him and a thing, and he called me that night, and we had a conversation. To this day, we have an open dialogue, and he's become one of the most supportive people behind the scenes. And so, whereas I got his attention as big as it is by my criticism of him, he chose to take that opportunity. So when you talk about why aren't you attacking the guys? Are you crazy? Go back and watch that video on Kevin Hart. It was nasty. But he chose to take that moment and open up a channel of communication with me and say, look, I hear you. I don't agree with you. I felt you were disrespectful to my wife. I felt what you say here. I said, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that about your wife. I'm gonna go apologize on my own. That was a little left, but
back in the day,
she gaslit me and I bit it. But him and I opened that channel of communication to where, I haven't offered him an apology because I believed at the time what I said about him. But now we have such a strong line of communication that we are able to help each other out when we need to, in offering perspective and stuff on matters that may have been a little bit more complicated.
You need new glasses. So why not?
Can I say?
Come on, I know somebody else in here hates me. Ask me another question. Come on.
Can I say one thing?
No, I'm speaking. I do have a question from the audience. Somebody, and there's something I wanted to ask you, so I'm not going to give the audience credit. Can you actually sort of why he continues to talk about Nicki on his platform, YouTube specifically, if there's no relationship? What's the point or goal?
Sure. How do you get questions from the audience? Oh, they send them to the messenger?
Maybe. Yeah, I'll teach you a few things.
Okay, yeah, I haven't been on Clubhouse in a while. So this
what happened to all that press and stuff you got? Listen, you better hire me. You would have known that.
Hey, listen, you're doing a great job. The way you gaslit me in here. All right, look, no shade, okay? Listen. No shade. I haven't been on Clubhouse in so long. This is kind of making me want to come back, but I swear to God, after this, I'm not fucking coming back for a while. Maybe tomorrow when y'all talk about me. All right, look.
Right.
So wait. What the fuck was the question? I have ADD. What did you say? Oh, Nicki. Okay, let me tell you why. So when she didn't get a Grammy, when she didn't get nominated and Megan got all the nominations, I said, wow, y'all didn't even, Nicki has never gotten a Grammy. Are you talking about for all the music she's ever written? She's never got a Grammy. I said, let me say this, and I want to be very clear. Nicki Minaj deserves to have had a Grammy. she's fucking talented. They just ignored that. Oh, no. It went viral because it was like, oh my God, he's actually a fan. He's a fan. He's a fan. Look at him. Oh, then they turned it into, he thinks she should have got it before Cardi. Oh, he thinks she's more talented than Cardi. They turn into this whole fucking sick shit. So anytime I say something positive, I'm a fan sucking her dick. Anytime I say something negative, I hate her because she's a black woman. No. I don't hate Nicki Minaj. I just don't respect her. I respect her artistry, but I think she's a nasty bully. And I think that she is a bully to a lot of women. There's not enough time here to tell you all the different things, show you all the receipts. Go look when she liked this about Normani. Go look when she said this. Just recently, Meg talked about how she's stressed out on social media. She told her to put the alcohol down. Then she realized that it was a fan account that posted, not Meg. She deleted her post. I mean, she's just an online bully. It goes on and on and on. There's so many stories. She's just a nasty person. I know all the rap girls. I've interviewed them all. Little Kim, Cash Doll. I know them all. She's different. She's different in the sense that she really has a cracked crown because she cannot accept the fact that we love the city girls, or we love a Cardi B, or we love this girl. Why can't we go back to the era where all the women's are the queen of hip hop? Instead of it just being one woman. I've never heard Missy Elliott, who I've met several times, say, I'm the queen of hip hop, but I bet you one thing, there ain't another woman in hip hop that's done a better video than her, or even a man in hip hop that's done a better video than her. So why can't she be a queen? Why can't even Queen Latifah did an interview and she said, if we throwing a queen around, I'm a queen. You know, when does it stop? When does the bullying stop? Nobody gonna call her out on it. I will. So I keep talking about her because she's still in the press. When she married the man who had raped somebody, she was in the press. When he didn't register as a sex offender and he had a warrant and had charges brought against him, she was in the press. Whenever he and she were allegedly trying to extort and bribe the woman who had caused the rape charges against him, and then she was saying she was online begging for them to stop, she was in the press. When they just got served a lawsuit, she's in the press. You know, when she pulled out of the VMA saying that she had COVID, when really she wasn't prepared for her performance for the Video Vanguard Award, which is why they didn't have one this year. I don't even know if we put that story out, but I had that. She's in the press. So she's still doing things to be talked about. Now, the girl who works for the Source, what's your job to do? Pick and choose when you talk about somebody who's in the news? No, you talk about what the news is. So because we do it, you know, you can say Jason Lee hates Nicki Minaj because you see Jason Lee. Do you see the face of these other platforms? No, they're just the platform. So you can hate the platform or you can talk about the platform. But me, you can look at me and you hear it coming out of my mouth. So you go, that's him. He did it.
I mean, we know when a platform is biased. You know, you can tell when a platform is biased.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Yeah, you definitely can. And I think that I will say when the fight with Nicki and Cardi happened, I won't say that I was biased, but I will say because I do have a relationship with Cardi, it's easier for me to pick up the phone and clarify things or understand from her perspective or include her point of view. You know, when I reach out to a Nicki or whatever, nobody's calling me back. So there's that part. The second part is I also root for the underdog. So I want to see a Saweetie win. I wanted to see Doja Cat win before all the racist stuff came out. I mean, and now she's kind of worked through it and she's becoming a superstar. But yeah, I think that, you know, I want to see the underdog win. And there were a lot of things working against Cardi when she was balancing out the playing field. I think it was bigger than just a Cardi and Nicki thing. I think it was going back to seeing more women in hip hop. When you saw Cardi B rise to success, you started seeing doors open for Bia, City Girls, you know, all these different women who were now being given the space to step up and have their music not only compared to other women in hip hop, but also these niggas in hip hop. You ain't talking about Drake. You're saying Drake, Cardi B, Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj. They're now in a conversation where they are balancing out the playing field between men in hip hop and women of the same genre. The only difference is you don't hear all the men out there saying Nas is the king, Jay-Z is the king. You don't hear them saying that. You see them sipping their cognac, chilling on boats, vibing. You have an industry that pits women against each other and then turns to the blogs and saying you're the problem. No. It's the industry doing it. It's the industry doing it and the fans that are doing it. I'm not saying that, you know, the city girls are better rappers than Rina or Cardi or Kim. You're better than Nicki. I'm not doing that. I've never said this one is better than that one. What I've said is this one held the crown by herself and didn't want nobody else to hold it for so long. And this one knocked her off her throne. And now she's opened the door for all these other girls and this one can't handle it. And that's really true. But that's my opinion as I see it. It doesn't have to be a fact. This is my opinion.
Can I ask a question? Jason, this is Roman down below. Did you post the interview with Lady LaShore, the UK rapper, who stated that what was it? Atlantic Records offered her $250,000 to write a diss track about Nicki. She just did this interview a couple days ago. Did you post that interview?
You know, I saw that the other day, and I did not post it because I wasn't familiar with the artist. Just like I didn't post the woman who said that Ming Lee stole her makeup kit. She's friends with like Karen. Like I don't. If you know, it's one thing if, you know, Ashanti comes out and says something, right? Or this person says something. You know, I saw it, but I didn't research it enough to know, like, yeah, I know this person, I know this artist, there's a receipt. I never saw it. So no, I didn't go that deep into it, is what I'm saying. But no, I didn't.
Have you ever heard that story before that's been going on in the industry where that particular record label is seeking to get artists to go against Nicki Minaj in a sense?
I've heard that. I've heard that. I've heard them also say that my platform is Cardi B Unlocked, that Atlantic Records paid me all this money to push Cardi. You know how much money Atlantic Records, they paid me a lot of money for artists' music, because all labels pay us. The only label that hasn't paid us is Columbia, and they should, because 2 Black people control the budget over there, but whatever. The Atlantic Records pay a lot of money to promote artists, but it's usually their new artists. They've never paid us $1 to promote Cardi B. Never, not even $1. But if you let the fans tell you, I'm on Atlantic's payroll. You can Google it. Jason Lee's on Atlantic payroll. I'm not on nobody's payroll, but that's what they say. So that's not a secret that people believe that labels are paying people money to promote artists or even sabotage artists. But I've never been paid $1 to sabotage an artist.
So being your I'm assuming your platform is like equal and you hold integrity, right? Now that it's been brought to your attention, would your team like research it, or is it too late?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You don't control my editorial. I don't work for you, so I can't.
No. I asked a question.
Yeah, but I'm not here to debate with you the integrity of my company. You're probably not even that familiar with it. So you'd have to do your research first. And if I decide I want to write a story, I will. And if I decide I don't, I don't. But it's not necessarily based on whether or not I have integrity. We do 50 stories a day on social media. Let me back up. We have 40 stories a day on social media, 10 advertisements, and then we do 22 posts on the website. So when you have an inventory to fill, you don't fill it with every single story that's out there in the world, right? Especially on a day where you have the VMA recap, Nicki's husband getting served, Safari and Erica Mena are fighting for the 5th time this week, this person's the world news died, COVID this, we have 22 to 25 slots of stories that are going to go on that website every day. And we have 35 to 40 posts on Instagram. And then we have shows to put stuff in. So we have to, and I'm saying this for people that are in the room, like the woman from The Source, all the editorial people know what I'm saying. You only have so much editorial space to put stories. If I have 2 Nicki Minaj stories that day, I'm already following, I'm not going to have Nicki Minaj on my whole front page of my website. It's just not going to happen. So that could have been a story where my editors say, because they control their content, we're not going to write this story today because we already have 2 Nicki Minaj stories out. So yeah, I mean, that's the long answer, I guess.
I have a question. Nikki up top, no pun intended. You didn't mention the stories about the men who you had beef with. You forgot to talk about the Chris Brown and the Ariana Grande situation.
Yeah, so I interviewed Floyd and Soulja Boy, and this was when Soulja Boy wanted to fight Chris Brown. And there's a whole YouTube and millions of views where he went after Chris and said some crazy shit about Chris, and it pissed Chris off. And so Chris blocked us, and so we started criticizing Chris, talking about his drug use at the time. Me and Chris we've made up since then, and we're cool now. But there was a lot of channeling conversations. It was never public. He never went after us. He just blocked us, but I kept talking about it. And then I think where he got really mad was I criticized the fact that he was too high to go to his daughter's birthday party. And that was a big deal for me talking about it, but it caused a big background conversation. Men don't argue. They don't argue with me the way they argue with academics. I don't know why they don't do it. They just don't. I can post whatever story, I can say whatever I want, and then I either get phone calls or emails, or people call me and we have a conversation about it. Then we update a story or whatever. It's always worked out. It's always the women that the stories go viral. So like when Doja Cat had the situation with the video where she was online with the white people, and we used to have a piece of content on Hollywood Unlocked that we don't do no more. The same one we did on Kevin Hart called Problematic. All those are on there. You can see what we did on Kevin. You can see what we did on Doja Cat. That went viral. So people saw that. That was where I was breaking down an artist that I thought was problematic. We since ended that, but yeah, I mean, we've had the Shaq stuff. I mean, we've had a lot of situations that I think
beef though. Like I understand that you post like things that happen, but I'm talking about the beef. Like you have to acknowledge that the way you have debated with women online the past few days, and the way I've seen you strategically, just post men and not have that argument. So my question is: it the men who want to argue separately, or is it you?
No, I don't give a fuck where they argue. What they're gonna scream on online, argue with me online. Okay, we can argue online. What does that do? That does nothing for me. The last couple of days, who have I had a beef? Wait. The last couple of days, what argument have you heard me into with a woman?
No, I'm just talking about your critiques with women. Let me.
No. What you just said right now was...
Well, let me take that back, right?
Okay, no. Wait. Before you take it back, because sometimes conversations move so fast. I'm really listening to you, and I'm listening. I'm listening to everything everybody's saying, right? And I'm patiently answering. What you said was, and this is how people get gaslit when it comes to Jason Lee. We were watching how you've been arguing with women the last couple of days. I've not had one argument with one woman in the last couple of days. I logged in and told my story and logged out. So where was the argument? Because I publicly call people on their shit. It doesn't matter. Okay, so last night I DM Meek Mill. You know what I said to him? Meek, you see everything happening out here. You need to say something. Meek said, LOL, I'm just watching it. I ain't getting in that shit. And I said, you have to. Good night. I dropped the video in there, what I posted. Guess what he did? Meek Mill posted about it today. So my conversations with the guys, the same with me and Meg. I've texted Meg on her phone directly and talked to her directly. Once we can't work it out privately, then I'll report on it. Go ahead.
Talk about public splats, and like I said before, I recant that statement that I had before because I said that wrong, right? And it was not on purpose to gaslight you. And if it was, I would have said it. I promise. But that's not what
I don't think you were gaslighting me. That gaslight the audience. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me. But go ahead. I'm listening to you.
So that wasn't it at all, because I just really want to get to the meat and potatoes. But what I meant is like a public, controversial that you and Cameron said, well, I've never seen you have that with a man. So I was just asking,
ask them niggas. The stories are the same. The conversations are the same. The temperature's the same. They don't never respond like that. It's just never been that type of response. I don't know if it's because they know I got other shit on them and I'm gonna drop it. I don't know. I can't tell you. When I dropped the story about Tristan Thompson sleeping with Jordan Woods, I ran into him at Drake's party with Serge Ibaka. He didn't say nothing to me. When I went to the door to go get Larsa Pippen, he had me kicked out. I went online. I did a whole rant. Okay, nigga, since your dick is public, let's do #track Tristan. If you know where his dick is, let me know. I did that all on viral. Did he say anything? No, but I did it. I can't tell you why. Go ask them niggas why they don't say nothing. I have 7 guns in my house. I have security, and I am not afraid. I'm a concealed weapons holder. I have a gun on me all the time. I don't give a fuck about nobody running up and saying shit. You're caught up in why niggas ain't saying nothing to me. I'm not caught up in that. The second part is when I had the whole who else did I have a public? I mean, I can keep going on and on. I mean, you're talking about 6 years of conversations and storytelling. People are not always happy with what I say, but you know what? I take pride in the fact that I come from a place of being fair, in my opinion, and being honest. When Boot Gang pulled a gun on me in the middle of an interview, go look at the video. I literally paid it like, nigga, put your gun away. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let's move on with the interview. You guys aren't paying attention. So don't blame me for not paying attention. I'm out here doing the work. Pay attention.
Well, can I ask a question?
Sure.
What was the reason for you telling Cardi not to support Meg anymore?
Who said I told Cardi not to support Meg?
You said that in that interview you when you was on Fox Soul with Tamar, you said that you told Cardi to not support or post Meg anymore because you felt she was fake.
Well, I can tell you what I've said. I've never said don't support her, and Cardi and I've never had the conversation about not supporting her. What I have said was, I felt like. Wait, no, hold on. I'm going to definitely respond to that. I'm going to respond to that because we got to be fair, is what everybody says, right? Okay.
Don't do too much, Jason, please.
No shade. I'm just saying. Okay. I met Angela Stanton's daughter, JB's, on a streaming site. 19-year-old, transgender, and trans women. And she educated me on trans movement. She was like, we can't say that anymore. So we stopped using tranny. Bam. We on the streaming site. The daughter says, because now I get the all the proper pronouncing and everything. I've learned a lot over the last several years. So we're talking to her daughter, me and Tamar. Long story short, I still invite her on the show. She comes on the show. To your point, like, I can appreciate that you as a straight Black woman, but also if you listen to even though Until Tonight was a word, was a thing, but I'm not saying it isn't, it just is. I have to go research it. Featureism, and that this issue that I went to go meet with, this woman about 2 years ago when I first got my show, is a real issue that really is sensitive to Black women. So you know what I did when Melissa Ford left my show? I replaced her with Blue. And I feel like Blue is a big advocate for Black women, for the Black community. She's pansexual. She is very much intensely involved in the colorism conversation debates. I thought she was a great replacement for Melissa. And she's been a really good balance in keeping the tonality around these type of conversations moving in a productive way. Whereas maybe before, there were no real guardrails because the show was so reckless based on the combination of people on the show. So I can say that on the outside, optically, you can look at my show and see that it's very different than it was before. But also, if you listen to the conversations, we're actually getting into these dialogues and there's perspectives at the table that may not have been there before to keep the conversation balanced. So, I'm doing the work the way I need to do it, the way I feel I need to do it. And so hopefully more people see it. Maybe these conversations, people go back and take a look at it, maybe not, but
Interesting. I totally forgot my question, y'all. I'm going to try to find
email from the source just about the interview.
I do come in personality. I'm not a journalist. What's going on? But I asked the question. A journalist would say, man, there's no nothing. And it's very my style. It's not anybody else's style. I look at a Howard Stern. He doesn't have journalistic credibility. Not the new Howard Stern was a lot more positive and polished, but old Howard Stern was. I know where you're about to go, and I agree with you. I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree. And as a Black gay man, I think oftentimes too, I don't know how y'all do this. Y'all forget I'm gay. I know I'm gay, and I know y'all know damn well I'm gay. But when I'm talking to this woman, in my mind, I think with her, because I was so. When you're talking to them, you're like reading their behavior. You're listening to what they're not saying. You're paying attention to their body inflections. Like it's all, okay, I asked that, they got uncomfortable. Let me keep in objective, but that objectivity started flying out like in the first example. But then like we're really connected. I said, she's the last celebrity because it does get hard. It does get hard. I remember I had to call a friend of mine recently, not too long ago, and just say, hey, like you're dating this person.